Ladies and gents, welcome back to what is the final episode of season 23-24 before we get into the swing of the Euros in a few weeks' time. Nathan is back. We're back after a week off last week, and you were saying to me, where do we start?
Because so much in
a lot has happened in 2 weeks, but that's just the world of football we're in. Champions League final preview, manager chaos to talk about. Our La Liga team of the season, which we'll get into not too long from now. But let's start off with Leverkusen. Oh, no longer losing. Never losing. Yeah. It all came crashing down by a reject Everton forward by the name of Adam Lookman.
A guy who was the same guy that did that Panenka when he was at Fulham against West Ham. And he's just done that. Like, man, what a turnaround. That's just, I've never seen. I think it was like the fifth hat trick in a final. And
it came out on one of those posts. I should have screenshot it. Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like we're talking about like the war and shit. You know?
We're coming back to war days again.
War days.
It did come out of nowhere because you said as well, like in our fair, how they were good but not great versus Juve in the cup final merely a few days earlier.
Yeah.
But they just started strong and never looked like stopping.
They were insane. They've been incredible the entire Europa League campaign. You know?
Credit the back cast for Liverpool now as well.
That's good in the end.
You can take that.
Yeah, you can take it. Yeah, you absolutely can. But yeah, I can't believe how good Atalanta were. I don't know with Leverkusen whether it was just like stage fright, like a little bit, or just one of those days. I don't know. We just Atalanta played. Just never got going, did they?
And everyone was like at halftime on Twitter and stuff joking about, if they come back again,
I'm going to
quit football. Yeah.
Just wait for it'd be 20 on the 90th minute and they'll somehow, Boniface.
It just never happened. They never built that momentum and built that pressure.
Yeah, no.
I got fair play to Atalanta and their side because they've produced one of the great second half of the years, coinciding with a Europa League run, because they've gone. I think they're now fourth. They've actually overtaken Bologna in the league now. I think they ended up only a few points behind Juventus in the end. They've turned it around big time. Again, I was sat here about a month ago and said, I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, he did say
and now look what they are. They've won a trophy. They're in a cup final.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought they'd win
I think everyone thought that, yeah.
But, you know what, fair play. 2 cup finals, you can't knock it, especially for a side like Atalanta. With all the streets won't forget players no longer being there.
And even their squad's like, it's a good team. But
deep.
It's not a deep team. It's just players that have had outstanding seasons. I think their midfield's been huge. Edison's been linked with a couple of clubs, including your boys. Coop Miners is going to be on a lot of clubs' lists, like Juventus. I think are looking at him.
Derone as well.
I can't believe he's going to be for free as well. That's a steal.
Is that just not the way the modern football's working a little bit now, that these great players in these small clubs walk for, like McAllister walked for 20, 30 mil. If it Endo walked for nothing at Stuttgart. I wouldn't say a legend, but like a key figure of that Stuttgart side. And now you've got Coop Miners, who's arguably the best creator in Serie A.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because it feels like these...
Because how much would he be worth on the market? Like, 40, 50, 60? Yeah.
I don't know if
his season's probably worth 50, 60. His season's worth it. Like,
you're going to put like the Serie A tax, which takes it down. Like for once, it takes it down. That's using tax on the player.
If he was English and his name was like Smith or something, then like goes 80 mil at
Casper
least.
Instead of Coop Miners.
Casper.
He'd be worth 150 million, mate. Yeah. Sign him up.
Yeah, bro.
It's under the radar because Dybala's got the numbers and he's like the heritage of Dybala, but arguably he's the most complete or the best sort of attacking midfielder in there.
Probably, yeah. This season.
At least the most exciting. He's been fantastic to watch.
Yeah, he's been really good. So
it's just a massive achievement because when you think like they rolled up there with 0 to no, I feel like 0 to no chance. Leverkusen.
If we did the show, I would have given them no chance.
And if we put down a combined, we seem to do a lot of combined Atalanta 11s this year, but if we did a combined 11 and we didn't have to do the half and half. I'm going to be 9 Leverkusen players and 2.
That's what I was thinking. 9. You might slip in maybe Coop Miners.
I think Coop Miners and Derone. Maybe I'm Derone.
Lookman.
Yeah, Lookman. Yeah, I've always had him. I loved it, but
I wouldn't have even considered it. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, his stats he's had a good season.
Yeah, he has.
But like you think of De Ketelaere and all these other guys rather than Lookman, right?
Yeah, I've always looked to Skamaka
Skamaka. They've had a lot of good players, good seasons. Skamaka, De Castellet's had a good back end.
Kolasinac had a good year at the back.
Kolasinac had a good year.
Scalvini, he's a big, he's a big one at the minute.
That could be a mover as well.
There's a lot of players that could leave that club.
But you got Champions League football now. You finished in Champions League spots as well. You made a Coppa Italia final. Again, we keep saying Inter dominates this league, but are they the next one trying to break in?
The battle for fourth is very good at the moment in Italy. Well, next year, I think Inter's, they're just a class above. From second to about sixth, I think it could be
AC new manager,
hopefully Napoli
new manager.
Pick up a little bit. Roma's going to be a bit of a watch.
Napoli's going to be a very big watch. We'll touch on that in a bit because of who's going to be there now. Yeah. But I'm going to be very excited for Napoli does next season. But
they'll be around there.
I think they'll be back big time. I think they'll be big time back.
It's not,
maybe I've bottled it already.
It's not Tottenham, so
So they lost that one, unfortunately, 3-0. So motion there, showing at full time, but they got onto it. They went on to the next game and they won against FCK. Again, they didn't make it easy for themselves. Kosunu sent off in the first. That was very, very dumb.
Oh, stupid.
Two avoidable challenges. Second one, very poor as well. The studs up.
They were so comfortable as well. If they didn't have that red, it would have been probably 3, maybe 4. They were pretty comfortable.
Xhaka again. He's making himself a goal this season contender with himself. He's full banger after banger.
It's not only his goals, his celebrations.
I love the
celebrations.
Holds the hammy.
But he's.
That was out of this world sort of stuff.
He's been ridiculous. I can't believe how good he's been the last 2 years. It's been.
The bloke wins things.
He's not at Arsenal, but he wins things. I can't believe the turnaround in 2 years. It's been. It's been ridiculous. We've spoken about it a lot, but, it'll be interesting to see Champions League next year with this team because after a performance like that, a lot of people go, if Champions League, they wouldn't have even made it out of the group. But it was just one of those.
You get those games.
I don't think a team in the world would have stopped Lookman. The goals were just... The first one was avoidable. I think it was Palacios was just
a bit off.
Just off. It wasn't on his toes. The second one's just not make Xhaka and no keeper saving that. And the third one, just a rocket. So,
by that point in time, the third goal sort of felt like it was gone already by then. But
even Alonso knew he took Grimaldo off and
it's almost just trust something.
Yeah, trust something different.
Yeah, but it's still a good season.
It's still a great season.
Unbeaten domestically now. The domestic numbers keep going up.
It's an unbelievable season. If they just won the Pokal, it would have been. Incredible, but to win the league, to go invincible, to concede fuck all amount of goals, and
it's ridiculous.
It's just obviously there's that little disappointment with the Atalanta game. If they would have lost in pens or by a last minute goal, it's But the fact they got belted, it's leaves a bit of a sour taste, but still, still an incredible season. Incredible. And even with what's happened with Bayern, you'd back them to
do it again.
To do it by even more next year.
Do it again. Tell you what, these boys were nice. They could have a chance again next season.
They don't bowl it, so hopefully not. But
knowing Marco Reus's luck that he leaves and they go and put the season together.
Actually, you put your money on them It'd be like Harry Kane,
100%.
It'd be like the opposite.
The reverse curse.
The reverse curse. It would,
It could be one of that. It could be exciting next season.
Bundesliga could be exciting or extremely boring.
Oh, yeah. We could be just saying Bayern 2.0 in Leverkusen. It literally could be that again. But, you got...
Bayern, what could honestly...
Stuttgart could be back. Leverkusen should be back. Bayern, we don't know what's going to get from them.
There's so many, 50-50s with teams. You just don't know.
Who's going to show up next season?
We could
what
have,
manager shows up as well.
We could have, a title race between Hoffenheim and Bochum. There we go.
Chuck
Bochum in after their heroics.
Saw that as well. That was a great game.
I couldn't believe it.
I woke
could
up
not believe it.
I woke up. I should have written it in the script. I woke up thinking there's no point watching the highlights. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. But didn't check Instagram or anything like that. Didn't know the results. Didn't check my football and all that. So I just jumped on and said, I'll give it a watch. 5-minute highlights. Pretty handy, decent highlights.
I thought it'd be maybe a 1-0 to 1-1. Maybe.
1 goes in. Okay. Yeah. 2 goes. Oh, okay. We're going to sniff you. 3 goes
penalty.
In.
Oh my God.
Watch out. And then penalties as well. The way it all played out. Oh, What a game. And away from home.
Away from home. How do you... What is football?
More leagues need this playoff relegation game. That was awesome. That was amazing to watch. And you get the worst team versus one of the best teams.
Do you reckon every league should have it?
Oh, I'd be here
because
for
it's.
Could you imagine a Championship Premier League playoff at Wembley?
So what would you have had this year if it was
it would have been who was third? So it would have been Leeds versus
was it Luton? Is that how
Luton?
it was?
Leeds versus Luton.
I think that'd be pretty fucking sick.
Yeah,
but like the playoffs are so.
But
iconic.
the Championship playoffs are different.
They're so iconic. I think you could have it in every league besides England.
Championship. Yeah, we'll get into that. That was exciting as well. Even though it was a dead game, in terms of just watching, it was just like entertaining to watch.
Whole playoffs were kind of dead in a way.
Yeah,
it's just. I think we sat here before the playoffs and were like, "Oh, there's going to be goals, guaranteed goals," and there was just
a lot of second leg goals.
Second leg,
yeah,
but the games were dead because the home team.
There was all these goals, but no, it was one of those underwhelming playoffs in the end. Very underwhelming. But anyway, Leverkusen got it done, double.
Yeah,
success for Alonso. Who comes back next season? Who do they get next season?
Well, they've already. I think they're getting. Is it Garcia from Girona, centre midfielder? They're already
getting him across.
I think it's going to be a free.
He's someone I'll mention a bit later on as well because he's a serious player.
Their midfield's already stacked. So
how did he fit in there?
They're just adding depth now.
That's the rotation. That's what we talked about. Yeah.
So
and Xhaka and Andre just
they're winning it next year.
Certified confirmed.
I think they're favourites over Bayern for sure.
They'll go in with how everything's worked out as favourites.
100%. Yeah.
And they've got that aura as well.
They got that aura now. That home ground aura is huge. And 90th minute aura is huge.
The Patrick Schick aura is going to the next level.
And they're still a relatively young squad as well. So
the average age couldn't be above 26.
It's not an old team. So
just started, just on the cook. Let's get on to La Liga tots now. The final of our trio of leagues we're doing because we hate the league going on here.
Honestly, I'll just put 11 PSG players in.
Chuck Mbappe all over the side.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I once again had to go to the saucepan and cook up a formation here. I've gone with a 3-4-2-1.
3-4-2-1.
Yeah, some FIFA.
Are you playing foot draft or something?
Yeah, I'm putting together one of those.
I've just gone bog standard 4-3-3.
Yeah, you know what? You're
3-4-2-1.
3-4-2-1.
Man's trying to beat the foot draft record or something.
I'm for 1-9-4 in this situation. Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
But again,
you don't like your fullbacks, do you?
I don't like any fullbacks this year because there's one guy that on SofaScore apparently has the highest rating. I couldn't have it anywhere near my side.
Oh, really?
I hate him. Well, I don't hate him. I just think he's had a bad season, so
fair.
I didn't include him. Anyway, let's see how we go. Kick us off with your goalkeeper.
All right. So I've tried to spread around. I've gone with Unai Simon.
Okay.
Try to spread the love around. Oh, the obvious one was Lunan. I was going to go Lunan because he's my keeper, you know.
I didn't even go Lunan in the end.
Oh, really?
No, I did. Oh God, I'm going to pronounce his name. Gazaniga from
Girona. From Girona.
12 clean sheets from Girona, and I feel like I had to get Girona love in there.
Yeah. I had Girona love elsewhere. So.
Yeah. Unai Simon probably is who is Spain's number one. I think he's kept
a lot of
10,
clean
11
sheets.
Yeah, I think very similar to Gazaniga.
Yeah.
Both great keepers.
It was a toss up between them two, wasn't it? Luna and Gazaniga.
I feel like I've talked about Luna enough now. I feel like I have to
share
it
that's what I mean.
I'm being a charity now, just sharing it around. Yeah, Lunan's a channel legend. I feel like now.
Channel legend.
He's a certified number one channel legend.
He's not a backup goalkeeper on this channel. He's on this channel. Does
he start the CL final? Because rumor has
I've heard that Courtois is going to be playing because he played. I think him and Kepa played 45.
Yeah,
because Kepa was getting a send off because he's going to
piss off
to Saudi. Well, send off. You were garbage. Well, send off. I think Courtois is going to play.
That's ridiculous.
Do you think it's a bit unfair?
That's so unfair.
Because he's played the whole fucking season.
He's carried them this season.
Mate,
that Man City game.
You're banking on a Courtois Champions League performance.
Yes, and Courtois in the Champions League, name well iconic duo.
Yeah.
It's
like he literally won them the Champions League against Liverpool. Well, I haven't gotten over it still, clearly.
I wouldn't have gotten over it. I'm sort of admiring I still haven't gotten over it because I was sitting there thinking like, this is just... But he's that guy. I kept saying it. He's just big. Like he just feels the goal.
It's so unfair for Lunan.
It is. It's going to feel so hard. You know what? Ancelotti's he's the Don for...
That's the thing. Like you can't argue with the Don.
Like,
you know, it's... you know,
He
you'd be
pulls strings,
stupid
but
to argue with the Don.
I just
So-
feel like it's gonna be so hard. Like a player first. Not that Don Carlo's not a player first man, but like a real player first manager. You can see it happening. But Don's a winner.
Oh yeah.
Like
I think like Luton will still get, if they win, obviously still get a Champions League medal.
still gets the medal. Still gets memories of that Man City penalty shootout.
Exactly.
But we'd love as a neutral, as a fan.
Even if he deserves to be playing. Like imagine playing the entire season.
And
And not just playing, like fucking team of the season. Could easily like be in team of the season.
Walk in his team of the seasons, yeah.
And then getting to the final game of the year, and obviously Courtois is the best keeper in the world, but
it's something, you're right.
Being dropped in a way,
there's something different about, you're standing in the goal in Wembley in front of 90,000 people rather than running from it's a different feel.
It's different, yeah.
Because outside the camp, new camp, Bernabeu.
Yeah.
What other place would you rather play a final than Wembley?
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. It's like the whole the arena of it as well. It just feels
I don't think anyone disagrees with like Courtois playing. It's just the fact that Luton's been so good that he probably deserves
play like
it.
5 games a year, hasn't it?
Yeah. Knowing Courtois, I mean, he'll
put a masterclass probably save
he
them.
will, and Don will be
98th
there with smoking and hugging.
Yeah.
Was it Militao or Rudiger when he was walking off the plane?
Yes.
You know, one of
hugging them and doing the Vinicius dance with him. And
everyone trusts the Don, so.
He said he will retire at Real as well. Okay, I think it came out yesterday. One of the
probably next year then. And then
he said he doesn't want to go international
Alonso
clubs.
makes the move. You heard it here first.
That man Perez. Fabrizio told me, by the way. That's the most obvious thing. Yeah. This club, man, they're ridiculous from top to bottom. You got your 2 full backs.
All right, I've got Gutierrez at left back.
Good shout. Yeah, good shout.
And a bit of a stinky one, but I've got Carvajal.
But you say this. I don't think it's a stinky one.
It's not stinky.
You've converted me since
it's not
right
stinky. It's not stinky, but like Vasquez has played a lot there.
Yeah,
and
it's not really all the appearances.
Like it's like Carvajal. You know what I mean? Like there's been like no one else. Like I think Girona's Girona's right back. I forgot his name. I think he's Brazilian.
But this is my problem with Girona players. They don't play their position.
That's exactly.
So
like Carvajal's like the standout right back.
Right
I'm not picking Koundé.
No. Yeah. Well, by the way, this is where I came about. João Cancelo was the highest rated defender on SofaScore.
And that's why he was like 7th on my left backs, you know. But
I hate
that's just weird though, isn't it?
He's not been good enough
that's
for me.
That's weird,
because
he's made a lot of mistakes.
I think he's cost Xavi his job. That's the extent I'd go. Like, we're preluding this a lot.
Going through all, like, we're mentioning every team and it's manager stuff.
We took up manager stuff. We're going to get there, guys. We're holding on.
Oh my God, my head's just...
It's like a tease. We're just teasing the whole way through. But no, Carvajal I agree with.
Yeah. He has been good.
Gutierrez is a great shout as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think about Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Maybe I could have got a fullback.
I'm interested to see. He's just got 3 centre backs.
I've got 2 centre backs and a Carvajal. So I got right centre back. Hey, if there's a man who can play right centre back, it's Carvajal. The bloke tucks his shirt in. He plays the long sleeves.
Exactly.
He screams centre back energy.
Don's going to be the manager. So
absolutely.
Don can do what he wants.
So I've got him centre back. I got the stat.
Love it. That's fucking. That's class.
You got shit ass. I'm the biggest shit ass of all time.
That's unreal for you. Yeah.
Right centre half. I
like that.
Some tactics here. Right? 28 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists, 8 clean sheets. I went Rudiger at the heart of the centre backs, pacier. I went Eric Garcia as the other centre back. Again, spreading that love around to Girona. He's got 5 goals, 7 clean sheets. And Rudiger 14 clean sheets. So mobile centre backs alongside a Carvajal in there as well. That's my go.
I've got the same as my centre backs.
Same as centre backs as
Rudiger
well.
and Eric Garcia.
I think Rudiger just is a world of his own this season.
Walk in. Yeah, been the best defender in the league by
a long way.
Like Arejo's been turned it around a little bit in the second half of the season. When Kabassi, I was so close to putting Kabassi in. Because
you know how much I like this kid. I was very close to putting him in.
Because when he starting, that's when they had that massive clean sheet record and their results. I think they only lost like 2 or 3 games when he's been playing, and one was to Madrid. The 4-2, I think it was.
Say it lost to Madrid.
I think there was a 4-2 to Girona he played, and I think there was.
Maybe did they lose someone else then? No, they lost Girona at the end of the season. Yeah, I think that was it.
I think that was it. Maybe there was one more, but
and saved Xavi and momentarily saved.
Xavi. Temporarily saved him, and then for whatever
reason that undone itself.
That's a different. That's a head scratcher, but whatever.
And I got Eric Garcia. I think Eric Garcia's gone under the radar a lot.
Oh, he has, yeah.
Because there's everything like the other Garcia gets talked about a lot at Girona and Dovbyk in the front line. So I think that's an underrated call.
There's so many Girona players you would talk about before Eric Garcia, but he's probably been one of the most important.
That's why I put him in Gazzaniga ring. I feel like they've been under talked about that defensive line. Now, how do you do this? I'm gonna go.
Do you want to do your two
centre mids? My two deeper centre mids?
Because I've just said my two centre halves. Did you want to do like your two like wingers?
Wingers?
And then we do centre mids.
Yeah, okay, I'll do my wingers. So my left mid, so left winger, right mid, right winger is Vinicius on the left. And then went Savio on the right. Again, getting my Girona 11 in there. Savio, 9 goals, 10 assists in 37 appearances. Vinicius, by the way, everyone was slandering him start of the season. 15 goals, 5 assists in 26
He's a Ballon d'Or contender.
Don said it.
Don said it. He should win
both
it,
of them.
didn't
He said give it to him and Bellingham. He said, why not? If Don says it, do it.
This might be a stupid question. You can't have a tie for Ballon d'Or, can you?
That's what I think. I assume not.
You can't, no.
Because there'd be like an odd number of voters, right? That would separate the votes, right?
Okay.
But it's just, I think it's undercredited. Is that even not appreciated enough what he's done? Because again, I'm not saying he didn't start poorly. He did start a bit slowly, but the stats speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Goal contributions are most in the Champions League by like a country mile.
Yeah, miles. Yeah.
Like, what's not if they go win the Copa America?
Even if they make like a final or something.
I don't think Argentina are all that anymore. You lose Messi's, unless Messi's going to come out and do it again.
Yeah.
I doubt he's going to go and do it again.
Which would be insane.
We could be looking at the starters for Brazil.
No Dybala for whatever reason.
Yeah. And there's Lautaro.
Who else? I mean Uruguay, they got like Valverde, obviously.
He'll carry them.
Araujo, like,
Palestri will play for
Nunez.
Very well for the Nunez.
Yeah.
We're really pulling our strings,
We're really pulling our strings.
Honestly, America could be a shout at the home
could,
Cup.
Yeah. Pulisic could.
Pulisic's in form. He's alive.
Yeah, he had a good year.
Tim Ream, Anthony Robinson at the back.
Yeah, it's just whether they're
Gio
big game
yeah.
players.
When you got Vinicius
they're
running
nice,
it's a different story.
Tidy players.
Yeah.
I think Anthony Robinson's probably their best. I rate him a lot. He's very good.
He'll be in the wrong side though. He'll probably go up against either Savio or... Is Savio... I'm assuming Savio's going.
Surely.
Yeah, or Rodrigo. I'm assuming Rodrigo will probably start in the end of the day.
Having Savio off the
take your pick.
It's not too bad, is it?
But it's not Vinicius. So
crossing the border, for Charleston or whatever. Jesus. It's not bad.
Yes, I've got those two. Brazilian flair, goals, assists galore.
Yeah.
They're my two wide players.
Yep. So do I do my 3 centre mids?
Go on, you do 2 centre mids.
I've got Valverde.
Yep.
I've got Bellingham. And I've got Gundogan.
Right, okay, I like it. Gundogan got in there.
Had to fit in one Barca player. They did finish, second? So I had to let's put in one. Like it's,
I feel bad now not putting in
Gundogan's been, he's got double-digit assists. He stepped up massive when they were struggling a little bit, and even towards the end. So
I should have put him in. I went...
There's so many midfielders.
I went nostalgia merchant
almost.
almost.
There's 10 midfielders you could put in.
Alex Garcia from Girona. I think, somebody's talked about a lot, but it's been fantastic. He basically is the definition of covering every blade of grass, by the way. I think, I should look at his heat map. I reckon he would have covered every blade.
He's going to do bits at Leverkusen.
He'll finish them by 10 out of 10, by the way. Carries the ball well, can drop in as a 6, can play an 8. Vision, and plays that fluid system where he'll come across and be like, where do you want me? Everywhere. I'll just be everywhere.
Yeah, they got depth now, Leverkusen. With him, Palacios, Jesus.
And you're going to laugh at me, but I went Toni Kroos.
Oh, no, I like it. I had him in. But then I was like, no, Valverde's going to get in this team.
I probably should put Gundogan in. I was probably going to put him in above Valverde.
Yeah, Kroos is
but Kroos, he's played... I didn't put him in many games. I think he played like 33 games this season. I know 6 or 7 off the bench, but still, for a guy that's retiring this year, a lot of games. Yeah, and in the big game, all the Champions League games, he starts. Yeah. Again, against Barca, he started.
Yeah.
And as they're slowly phasing out Modric and Kroos, he was always the one preferred. Not that I'm saying he's better. I think Modric is at a different level, but he's always one being preferred. He's still rocking around with those nice Adidas boots. He's still the streets. Love him. Absolutely love him. He's retiring, man. 7.63 match rating, 8 assists. I think he's the second highest average match rating player in the league for whatever he is, 34, 35-year-old.
He could.
He could keep going.
He could go for another couple of years, I reckon.
I'm hoping
because he's never relied on pace. He's never relied on.
His smarts is just
Fuck, it's so sad, man.
It was devastating when I found that out.
And then obviously we'll know about Modric at the end. I think he'll go again.
We can't lose both at once.
Yeah.
It's going to be like...
I think if he was going to go, surely you would announce at the same time as Cruz.
You get the send-off the same game with each other. It just...
At the Bernabeu,
it'd
like,
be
you get
the
the
equivalent of like Nadal and Federer retiring the same day or something like it. It's like two legends of our game who I, as I said on the podcast before, I hold them really, really highly in terms of how long they've done it for.
Yeah.
I'm like equal or better than maybe Iniesta, Xavi. Like, I think these guys are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Like, the fact you're losing one and possibly two. And I get Real stacked, but you can't replace what they've brought to that side.
I think Modric stays. I think he does.
At least for 1 year.
I think he goes for another year, and then he'll... Unfortunately.
He'll win, 7 Champions Leagues if he stays for the next 2? Because next season with Mbappe there, you're going to walk it.
Because why would you not stay for Mbappe?
That's what everyone said.
Even if you can't be bothered. Even if you just get your money and just sit on the bench.
You and Don can just start smoking on the sidelines.
Exactly. Just rack up them. You'll win the league. You'll win the Champions League. And for whatever reason, they've never won a treble, so you probably won't win a domestic cup. That's still a thing. But how is that? How does that even exist?
Team that's won 14 Champions Leagues has somehow not won a treble in those seasons.
How did we get Atalanta winning the Europa League before a treble for Madrid? Like,
facts have never been
how?
spoken. How have we gotten a conference, another division before we've got a Real Madrid treble? How is that even a thing before a Real Madrid treble? That's more the question. But yeah, that was quite sad. I should have watched the game. I was knackered. I didn't watch the game in the end, but should have watched that game because that
I watched the end.
One of the great send-offs went around.
I'm saying,
too many players are gone.
I've been depressed in watching football lately. Like,
it's been
Klopp
like
leaving, Cruz.
Those are like the underrated ones.
Don't do this to me with Modric. Don't do it.
You couldn't do it. Carvajal's next as well. That's it.
No,
and they're all done.
That era.
Then that era is gone.
And then bring in a probably more dominant era, to be honest.
Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Bellingham,
Mbappe,
Vinny, Rodrigo.
They're only going to get stronger. Jesus.
Starting again.
Oh
Why
my
not?
God. It literally starts all over again.
Start again.
Oh my God.
Another era of dominance. All right, they're my two. Garcia and Cruz in midfield.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 10s. You do your 2 wide men?
So I've got Savio.
Yep.
And Vinny.
Yeah. So basically the same sort of players. I've just squeezed a few players.
Yeah. I mean, the midfield's really been the only kind of difference. And you could put in fucking 10 players there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the Spanish league. It's a league for midfield.
Exactly.
It's the league that has midfielders. I had my 2 number 10s, Bellingham, obviously, but Isco, 8 goals, 5 assists, 29 appearances. Yeah. You said it, and I think you deserve the credit for that. Player of the season until that point, let's say, or at least competing with Bellingham for that. Because he was flying, Betis were flying. Yeah. We're speaking about Champions League for Bet as a possibility now.
Just
they scraped Conference League in the end, but still, just what a seats for him. And wait, has they announced their squad yet?
I'm assuming he's in. They've announced it because Porro didn't make it and Gutierrez. I'm assuming he made it. If he's not injured, he'll be there. Has to be.
Let me check Fabrizio.
If Jesus Navas is there, then Isco's definitely there for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a debacle. Here we go, Spain.
I think it was on Optus. I think Optus Sport posted it on it.
Let's go see. Oh my gosh, where's his name?
Is he not there?
No, he's not there.
He's got to be injured there.
Right, Raya, Simon, Romero, Laporte, Kubasi, Linamand, Fernandez, Carvajal, Grimaldo, Navas, Vivian, Cucurella, Rodri, Zubamendi, Marino, Fabian Ruiz, Pedri, Fermin Lopez, Alex Garcia, Alex Baina, Marcus Llorente, Alvaro Morata, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams,
he's got to be injured.
Dani Olmo, Mikel Oyarzabal, Mato, Ferran Torres, and Jose Perez made it in.
Ayoze Perez.
Like, where the if you're picking anyone for Betis, you pick.
Wait, Ayoze Perez is
Perez is in the side.
That is what? Ayoze Perez.
He must be injured then, because we said he was been.
Blood scored 5 goals in the championship a couple of years ago. Now's at the. What?
He had a good season for Betis, but you know why he had a good season? Because Isco was behind. Isco must be out and they're done.
Oh, that's crazy, Ayoze Perez.
Tell you what though, just random. I've looked at that. That team on paper is very dangerous.
Spain.
Nacho and Kubasi down the middle. Grimaldo on the left. Carvajal on the right.
I mean, you got Rodri, so you're not going to
Rodri, Pedri, and Fermin. Marcus Llorente. Yeah. I don't know who you want to play in midfield.
I worry about their forward line.
And then Lamine, Nico, Williams, and then who's
just
in the middle?
Striker, Morata.
Ferran.
I think Morata starts.
You can't have Morata starting.
I think Morata starts. Ferran's hasn't played a lot for Barca.
He hasn't played a lot.
He hasn't played a lot.
But when he plays, he scores.
I know, but I think...
Or do they play Danny Olmo as a false?
That's a shout.
That's more realistic of like goal scoring.
Good fucking year. It's
so
a good starting 11. I just worry about the squad.
Yeah,
off the bench, I think is dodge. Very dodgy.
Who comes off the bench? See, I'd start Fermin Lopez, but they're probably going to start Marcus Llorente.
They will, yeah.
But
Firmino's last couple of months has been
cooking. You've got depth at centre half. I'm assuming Laporte. I wouldn't start Laporte, but they probably will.
Yeah, I think we'll start Laporte and...
I start Kovacic, but they'll start Nacho, right?
They'll start Laporte and Nacho.
Yeah, Kovacic should...
That's the thing. You could do a lot with this Spanish side, but
if you trust
knowing this manager, he'll pick the most.
Heads.
He'll go the old days.
Yeah.
And, wouldn't be surprised if Cesc Fabregas makes a return and starts in midfield.
Captain coach.
Yeah. Literally.
All right, Salman Isco and Bellingham. You obviously had Bellingham in your 10.
Yep.
And the striker is...
Dovbyk,
yeah. Golden boot. He came in the final day and said, "I want to get this golden boot back of Saul."
And then disappeared for about 2 months when they needed him the most, and then came back for the golden boot just to beat Saul to it.
Bro, his numbers are ridiculous.
His numbers are
8
very
assists
good
as well on the 24 goals.
Yeah.
Pretty handy season.
Does he stay though?
I think he'll be the one that will stay.
Will they not be playing in the Champions League? Or
I think they've actually sorted that out.
They have sorted it out? Okay.
I saw, by the way, they're being sponsored by Etihad Airways. So there couldn't be more Man City point two if they tried to.
Yeah. They are the Man City region, the doppelganger,
The problem is they're going to give all their good players. We don't want Man City getting Savios and Dovbyks.
I know. They've
already
got their best player.
I know.
They're losing their best midfielder.
Oh, God.
So...
The start of the end for these teams, man.
This could be like a Union Berlin kind of thing.
It's got that vibe, man. It's got a lot of that about it. It's got a lot of that about it. Let's talk about...
I trust Michelle. I think he's a good coach.
He got manager of the season.
So.
In the comments, everyone was like, "Carlo, we know Carlo won," but they gave it to Garcia. And Michelle, sorry. But yeah, he had a great season. They've had a great year. They like to stabilise mid-table.
Good amount of money for the club. So
the payments were huge for Champions League.
They can maybe reinvest in a couple of areas, but
just
keep a majority of that money. Maybe just
pocket it in terms of get some revenue. That probably would be.
It's one of those where if you could keep everyone, then it's okay, let's try and spend the money and actually buy some players. But now that you've already lost 2, it's okay, let's just stabilise a little bit.
Yeah. And you never know with Dovbyk with a striker market right now.
Oh, he's got to stay. He has.
Sesko's been linked to about 14 teams. So I feel like someone else is going to buy a different striker.
He's the big one at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not much on Gyökeres or
Tony's
not even Tony. Again. Yeah, not Tony. It's mainly been Sesko.
Tony's going to be a little cheeky Serie A move. I feel like he might end up there.
Serie A.
See what happened with Abraham.
I just can't see anywhere but the Premier League for Tony.
I know, but no one wants him.
I know, but I can't see him.
I think there's more chance of Gyökeres.
I can't see Tony in Serie A.
But I couldn't see Abraham either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I couldn't see Fikayo Tomori you look at English players. I bet I'm better overseas. Harry Kane, not in the trophy, but he's broken all his records. Jude,
Sancho, the obvious one,
or English clubs like Matson's gone over there and do it. Yeah. Mason Greenwood's going to Dortmund and looks like it well.
He's getting sold though, isn't he?
I'm excited about Dortmund. They're gonna have a serious team, man. Adeyemi, Fulkrug, Sancho, Greenwood.
If Greenwood can go to Dortmund, my God,
they're gonna be crazy.
Fucking hell,
they're gonna be crazy.
Them and Leverkusen title race. I'm here for it.
I'm here for that. 2 clubs we love to watch.
That'd be good fun.
Paul Marco
already writing off Bayern.
Already writing the script for next season.
Harry Kane's there, so they're not winning it.
But Bayern aren't.
They're not winning anything. Pokel, I'll pick fucking, I don't even know.
That's actually underrated.
Werder Bremen. There we go.
Yeah, it's underrated that Leverkusen won the Pokel. I think Leipzig won the last 3 years. Yeah. I feel like it's been their trophy or something made to win it.
Yeah.
Speaking about massive trophies and massive clubs and good news. Manchester United won a trophy. We won the FA Cup. Stick that up your city. The world is good again.
The world is good.
Again. I wanted us to have an open bus parade because Man City got stuff full fans. That was the funniest thing. I saw about 25 blokes and a few bananas flying about. Wore a trophy parade for Man City and
dead, man.
Wore a double for Man City, man.
Liverpool's their manager leaving. They had a farewell thing. I think it was in Liverpool last night.
You see the YouTube comparison though?
Yeah.
The title lift was
nothing.
A quarter of
dead. Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp doing these ones, waving to people.
Who would have thought fist pumps could get you this far? You know what I mean? Like, crazy, bro. Even like, I think last night, I think there was like some official like farewell, I think in Liverpool, and there was like this massive stadium. I think there were more views for that than their fucking bus. They won 4 in a row, bro. And no one cares.
No one cares.
Like, literally no one cares.
No one cares.
Like, yeah, like they're the greatest team we've ever seen. No one cares.
Yeah. That's what
Like,
Will does to you, mate.
Fucked, man.
You know what would be interesting, though? If when the 115 charges are either passed or not passed, that might change it, though.
Because
Because if it's proved that they didn't actually breach anything, do you reckon people then just
but
people would know it's been dodgy?
Bro, it's dodge. You're telling me 115 charges, it's all fine.
Not one of them as well.
Not one. Yeah,
Here's me, but no, that's the reason I can't like. And all the Man City fans are like 115 reasons why you guys are jealous and stuff.
It'll still be ages before it's sorted. Like,
I don't know, man. Well, the fact that Leicester might already have their points deduction handed to them,
they're going to be starting.
I think it's negative.
Is it negative?
It could be negative 15. It's
Is
6
it
to
that bad?
15 points. We'll touch on them in a bit as well when we talk about managers, but they are screwed.
Yeah,
they're already down for me already.
Oh yeah.
For getting the points
Forget
deduction,
the points.
just
with,
with the manager, they're done.
100%.
I reckon they're gone. No chance they stay up.
100%.
But it could be 15 points. And you can't tell me you can't do one of Man City's. This I don't get. I know there's some legal bullshit behind it, but can you not just do it in a chronological order? Because doesn't this date back to like 2010?
It dates back a while. It dates back to like Wilfred Bonny days.
Yeah,
Isn't
this like the Yaya when they signed all these
Yeah.
players. That when they signed Aguero, they signed Yaya, they signed like Negredo and all these
I
guys.
don't know.
It goes back to then. You can't tell me you can't get one of those so-called breaches through.
I don't know. The
It's
way they're probably seeing it is if we give one, then like we just have to keep giving them out. Why can't we just give it like? It's a stupid argument because like
it's not going to work if you give it all out. Because if you just say you relegate all the way to League 2, it does it nothing to no one.
Yeah.
They'll just sell their players and they'll end up in a profit margin of ridiculous amounts.
Yeah. It's a hard
And you
one.
can't really get them in the league. Let's be honest.
know,
Even as a United fan, you
What I
couldn't.
will say is I think the world deserves a little bit of information.
Oh,
like just a bit of
something.
like what's happening. Like
or why is it taking so long?
know?
Give us a reason.
Yeah.
If you give me a valid reason why it's taking so long.
yeah, because I think someone came out a few weeks ago and said like, oh, we're gonna sort it like I think something about during like next season.
Yeah, but
like that's so like
it's like the GTA 6 of the world of football.
But we're gonna get GTA 6 before Man
Man
City's
City.
charges. But all these like memes about we got like we got
This
some
before-
random we got this before GTA
GTA
6 like but
GTA 6 will become for Man City's
Yeah.
charges. That is legit.
yeah, it will at this point because I don't know. It's such a hard thing to talk about because they got to be guilty, man.
Well, we're talking. We can't talk about anything because we know nothing. We cannot
know
say
nothing.
anything, or we're just throwing things out.
And anything that you do hear about is probably just
Jargon, rubbish,
just bullshit.
falsified.
Yeah.
Yeah. More importantly, though,
So
the biggest
Fabrizio,
club in the world
fuck
is.
transfers. Just like give us some news, bro. Like let the clubs just announce.
He's doing so many side quests, man. He's hugging Onana at the cup final.
yeah.
He was there at Juventus
man.
trophy lift. I'm like, bro,
Next he'll be on like Kai Cenat's live stream or something. Knowing him, like he's bro. The guy doesn't sleep.
I'm convinced he has a doppelganger. I'm convinced.
He has
to have like
he
clones
is
of him.
fucking
Just,
everywhere, man.
I was like, I saw the clip. I'm like, how has he gone from like the Europa League final a few days ago to landing here in England and hugging
Yeah,
Onana? I don't want
he
to place
is.
hugging Onana. I don't want to place
Yeah,
he's going to
no.
hug.
He is everywhere, but fair play to him. I mean,
He does his job. He's my best mate
oh,
too. So
he's a legend. We love him. We love him.
he carries his channel. I'll tell you what, he carries.
He
his
helps us
channel.
out a lot.
He helps us a long way.
So-
Saves me researching for
Without
hours on end.
Fabrizio, Jesus.
Where would we be? As I said, yeah, biggest club in the world won a trophy. That's the world is saved again.
We didn't even talk about that before.
the Carabao Cup for Liverpool, the FA Cup for Manchester United, the Premier League for Man City, and the Community Shield for what a trophy for Arsenal. What a season for my Arsenal fans at home. You got saved by Atalanta saved you, but you got saved by us. We came to win a trophy. All the big clubs won trophies.
Why did Atalanta have to do that? I actually hate them. I hate their manager.
This could have been. You see him shush the
Oh, that
cameras,
was.
right?
He's a bit of a villain. You know,
He's a bit of a villain.
he doesn't mind it. Fair play.
You can do that if you beat Leverkusen.
But, Arsenal won a season.
What a
United had
trophy.
a more successful season in terms of trophies. Ten Hag 2. I'll take 2-0.
Mikel's got one in what 7 years? Was that
I think
6
it's
years? 6 years.
6
5
years, 5 years, 1 in 5.
Ten Hag 2
1
and
in
2.
6, something like that.
My manager.
2 and 2.
There we go. 13th.
Some
for us.
managers are just built different, you know.
It's the Arsenal.
I mean,
Arsenal hate glow.
Arsenal.
I love it.
What do they call them? Arsenal.
Arsenal. War a trophy for Arsenal.
Oh, if they don't win the league next year, if they go trophyless,
I'm slandering them, but I still do rate Mikel Arteta, but I hate how they talk about him as like some god.
Just a lot of talk for a team that hasn't achieved anything yet.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, you're not helping yourself, Arsenal fan.
You got to achieve things first.
Win things before you start pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Quickly touching the game. Great. We're talking about great first half. I think
it was unbelievable.
The first 50 minutes, I think we bossed until Haaland hit the crossbar. I think we basically owned the game.
They were always going to come, man.
But then,
set it off. They were always going to come. You know, I mean, the whole like 27% possession I think you guys had. Like, again, you're at that stage where you got a lot of injuries. Man City just a class above everyone. You just got to. That's probably not the way you would want to see your team play. I don't know, like. The first half,
I love seeing when we played first half.
But second half, like sitting in that deep, 11 men behind the ball, like.
The thing is, like, they couldn't find a way to piece us apart. I think they were willing to keep sitting. If they'd shown a sign of like, they're going to score here, maybe you might have seen us going a bit more of a front foot and throwing more numbers forward.
The first half you were doing that, to be fair. Like, you had more shots, didn't you?
I think we had 5 shots there, 3. We had 2 on target there, like 1, I think, something like that. Yeah. But we were throwing numbers forward. Like the goal, the second goal, we had 5 on screen, on picture. By the way, what an assist from Bruno.
If Garnacho didn't exist with that biting, I'd say that's your goal of the season.
Actually saying that, Bruno scored from halfway. He scored on our goal of the season contender has been ridiculous. We've had Bruno score on the volley from the cross ball from Johnny Evans.
Halfway one?
And he scored halfway against you guys.
I don't remember that, no. Did that happen? Did that happen?
You idiot.
Did that halfway? I don't know.
Todd thinks it's a bad goal, by the way. I don't know how it's a bad goal.
Fucking great goal. First time. And anywhere else, Keller saves it. He got a hand to it. Yeah. And it was in the corner. So.
Rashford's goal as well.
I mean, Quansah, you're on.
Yeah, forward watch.
Great fucking player, but brother, you know what I mean?
Come on,
from that moment on, we were never the same. So, you know.
That moment's good, yeah. We had Rashford, Garnacho, Bruno twice. That FA Cup final goal from Manu. Manu's solo goal, he ran through the whole. Yeah. That's what. There's this.
Manu only scores. Even the one against who was that?
Even against you guys as well.
Oh, that had was it Makeda?
The Makeda vibe. We just swiveled on it.
As soon as that went in, I literally had that running through my head.
There's no comparison.
I was so pissed when that went in. I was literally lying on. I was at the sports bar. I was literally lying on the casino floor. Like, what the fuck is my life? Help me. How have we bottled this?
Because there's an Instagram page, Absolute Bruno, who I follow. He's hilarious. It's United Trade vibes, right? And he said, how do I tell my kids in 10 years' time this is our worst season? We had like 5 goal of the year contenders. We won Player of the Month like twice. We have goal of the season. We have...
Didn't Ten Hag win Manager of the Month?
He won Manager of the Month like twice.
Yeah.
We won a trophy.
But finished
and
8th.
Somehow it was the worst season in history for Manchester United. 8th in the end, yeah. And we got Europe somehow as well.
Yeah, Europa League.
And we knocked Newcastle out. Like,
at the end of the day, it's... all things considering, it's actually in terms of like
what happened.
Like if you just look at it on face value, not like the performances.
It's an okay season, but a memorable one.
Yeah,
like I can. There was like 20 different things I can put. Like Onana's save versus Copenhagen with the last kick of the game. Garnacho's bicycle kick, beating you in the FA Cup. Rashford's goal versus City. You know, like there's so many different moments where like yes, we were really shit. But we have like some of the best exciting moments.
You can build on it in terms of like lads, look at how fucking shit we were for most of the season. And we still won a trophy and got Europa League. Yeah. So if we can, stabilise the fucking Old Trafford first and foremost and
stop the rain.
The club, that's the thing. I don't think you guys are in. That's what I said. I said I think it's just injuries. I think as soon as Martinez is there, you guys are completely different.
It's crazy how different it is.
Completely different. It's like Kim Min-jae with Napoli.
It could be, yeah. If Kim Min-jae goes back next year on loan or on whatever it happens, I think there was rumours he was getting loaned back.
Napoli going to win the league?
I'm not saying they can't. I'd love to see what happens. I'd love to see what the difference would be. Because the same with United, like Luke Shaw as well.
He was the only one that
left that club, yeah. I think Luke Shaw used to be the biggest one for me. I think I'm done with him now because he's always injured, but... when Luke Shaw was there, the difference is like, whoa. Yeah. Rashford's all of a sudden Ballon d'Or Rashford again. And like...
shout out to Malacia as well.
He's alive.
Bro's alive.
I saw him.
I thought he got like captured by like some Dutch like fucking...
Mafia
or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was so Twitter was like, I haven't
good to
seen
see
this
he's
guy.
actually like alive because
Yeah.
I thought brother like
I was like,
who were those like Dutch players that got caught for like drugs or something?
No, no, it wasn't the Dutch players.
Was
It was
it-
in the Dutch league, like Promes and all
Yeah,
those
was
guys.
it them?
And
I thought he was off with them or something, But
Everyone's like, haven't seen this guy in 14 months. Bro rocks up for a
Bro
trophy.
rocks up for a trophy.
Gets his medal and pisses
Yeah.
off.
Did he actually get a
He
medal?
got a medal.
How the fuck did he get a
play
medal? He hasn't been on the squad all year.
There's a TikTok video of him walking off with a medal in his hand. I'm like, how has he got that?
That's like Ryan Brewster when he got his
We got the
Champions League
Champions
medal.
League, man.
It's like they say, like, brother played like 2 minutes against like Bournemouth or something. And
The
gets,
most effort he put in was singing "You Never Walk Alone" at full time. The Wanda, mate.
Literally.
There you go. United win the FA Cup final in a good game, really good game compared to last season. Very entertaining.
Fair play.
Actually, history for Garnacho, the first player first teenager to score an FA Cup final since his idol Ronaldo. So that's more of continuity for the storyline for you. And then Mindu and Garnacho, the first time ever a duo of teenagers has scored in a cup final. There you go.
That
Breaking
came
more
from the
records.
academy up.
Academy.
Well, they won the youth cup like 2 years ago, and then
And now the
both
FA
fair
Cup.
play.
Best mates as well.
They are, yeah. Even as a Liverpool fan, you gotta give us credit where credit's due, and both of them are.
I was like, Carabao Cup final, you won with kids, and we won with kids.
Yeah.
Now just Academy's
Man
producing.
City, £1 billion, 115 charges, bottle jobs.
Bottle
There
jobs,
we go.
sky blue bottle jobs. The next day at Wembley, see, Wembley's the home of everything at the moment. Championship playoff final again, like we sort of previously said, it wasn't very entertaining in terms
Pretty
of
dull.
excitement, but it's always got something to it because you know the stakes in the game. So I was engaged from minute 1 to minute 90. Adam Armstrong scoring the win in the 24th minute. But I tell you what, Leeds, they're falling apart again.
Oh my god, there's something about them in playoffs. All of them, whoever's playing, they could have fucking De Bruyne and Haaland and Messi playing, and something about that club, they just shit themselves in playoff games. I don't know why. They just do. Literally, it's Spursy, it's Leedsy.
I can't believe a club like a massive give them respect. They are a massive club. They have not gotten up to the Prem through a playoff.
But they were so poor in that game. I thought Southampton were right. They created chances. They could have scored a couple more goals.
But Southampton gave up their possession
Yeah.
for the will to win.
Exactly.
So Leeds had like a 60-70%
It
possession
was
at
up
times.
to Leeds to go on.
And they just didn't want to do anything.
Their best chance came from like
Put
Dan
Dan
James.
at the bench,
He had a couple. He hit the bar and
Yeah.
he had a save in I think the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
But before that, I think was it Roden? He like ran through the middle, and I think
Right.
was it? I think maybe Gnotto took it off him when he maybe could have
Their
scored.
first
It was
5
one of
minutes
them.
was electric. I'm like, they're going to run away with this.
Yeah, Archie Gray had a
few chances. Some of them had a free kick. But then other than that, maybe like Jorginho Ruta.
Even
had a few chances.
Gray, he was a bit. I know he's a young player. I thought he was a bit quiet.
In terms of what he's done this season.
Somerville was quiet.
Somerville's right. He's on the move as well, it looks like. Because they're staying
I know
down.
Arnie Slot loves him, but after watching him, I'm like,
Do you want that?
I don't know if he's.
I'd rather have
Brother's wearing gloves.
Nunes.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
You have to have aura. You have to have aura.
Oh
if you're
yeah,
wearing
all I'm gonna
gloves.
say is if you're gonna wear gloves on a sunny day, you better be like Ronaldinho every time.
Ice cold Martial. You have to be Martial.
Oh,
to
you
do
have
that.
to be. Like, yeah. But
Yeah, that's negative
I just thought
400
he
aura.
was just so like, no, he was just didn't do anything.
Just felt
there was so many of them that just didn't
just
do
felt
anything.
Leedsy, man. Like Jorginho Ruta is someone I love watching this season. Did nothing.
Yeah, he did
nowhere
nothing.
in the game. Archie Gray had a good first 20 minutes.
It was
Visible
pretty
for the
quiet.
rest of it.
Somerville same.
Somerville quiet. I reckon they missed Bamford. To be honest,
Yeah, they
there's
did.
a hold up.
Even Dan James, I would have started him.
I
He's
don't
played
know.
in big games. Like
Willie Nonto was rubbish.
yeah, no, he hasn't been that good for a while. Like he's been okay, but when he first
Yeah,
last year was like, oh my god, this guy's
yeah.
going to be incredible. But Somerville's been
He's been their
the
best.
better player. Yeah,
I just think
So-
it was a long way off it.
yeah.
And the
I know they're
midfield-
young, they're
much younger than
they're young
Southampton.
players,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, with how they was kind of building through the start of the second half of the season, they were building
Yeah.
nicely. They were catching up to Leicester and Ipswich and stuff, and he thought, instant promotion's on here.
Could be on, yeah.
I think maybe we said a couple of weeks ago they looked like the best team
Out of
maybe?
them, yeah. The most winnable, they
yeah,
could win more
because
games
Leicester,
than not. Yeah.
obviously their bad run and Ipswich
Yeah.
were kind of up and down. They had the bad loss at Cardiff, I think it was.
I don't get it, though. I just don't get it.
But just when it hits the last, literally the last 2-3 games of the season, the QPR result happened, and
Yeah.
then from there they've just been
And Southampton
Shit.
did all 3 wins over them. Last game
Yeah.
of the season, middle of the season, and the cup final.
tough and deserved all 3.
Oh, Russell Martin masterclass. because they are
He's a
literally.
good. He can coach. He
handy.
can coach big time.
I'm glad he stayed because there was a lot of pressure on him early in the season. They went through a bit of a dodgy spell.
Yeah, they were a bit.
Then they
average,
went 25 unbeaten from like late November to
Yeah.
like early Feb, and like
I think
went
they were
deep
like
in the
kind of
FA
6th,
Cup.
7th, 8th at the start,
Yeah.
weren't they?
But that's shows you championship clubs to back managers in. There's too many managers sacked left, right, and centre for no reason.
It's crazy how they're the club that you would back to stay up next year.
Out of them all, I think they're probably
Because
favourites. They would.
McKenna's Brighton or United.
Yep.
Potentially.
Yep. And obviously Maresca's gone.
Yeah, Maresca's gone.
So they have to build
Leicester
nicely as well.
were already gone with Maresca because of the
points as well. Yeah, the
supposedly-
points as well.
Is that confirmed for sure?
No, I've seen between 6
but
and
they
15
probably
is
will
what the
get.
number
They
will
will
be.
get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Jesus.
probably end up being 6 in the
That's
end, but like
crazy,
still,
man.
6 is a lot of points to make. That's 2 wins
Yeah.
in a league where you don't get many.
Yeah. Exactly. We saw with even Luton, like Nottingham got a points deduction, Everton got
Still can go
big
either.
points deductions, and still
In the end, 6
Luton
points
would-
behind them.
exactly.
It's all said and done.
So yeah, Leicester. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, it's
Very tough. Quickly talking about the game quickly because I had to touch on the midfield for Southampton. Were incredible. Smallbone and Flynn Downs, who's on loan from West Ham, I believe. They were killing the midfield. They just outworked the Leeds midfield. So I had to give a shout out to them. They were very, very
Yeah,
good.
they were good.
Even a Dozy coming off the bench as well for poor David Brooks did pop his shoulder out. So
Yeah,
that was unfortunate.
they
But
just did what they had to do. Put in a good performance.
better team. Again, they didn't play their possession style of football. They said, no, we're going to let you have the ball, but we're going to be better. And they worked to a T.
I think it's a big year next year for Adam Armstrong. I think he's one that's he's been hanging around the Prem, like Newcastle. He was there, didn't really do it.
Screams championship, man.
I think he might have been at Norwich for a little bit, but he's never really done it in the Prem. So it's going to be a big year for him.
Who plays up top? Do they go Che Adams or they go Adam Armstrong?
Don't know.
Because they played Armstrong off the left at times, but he's not that great off the left.
No, I'd Adams has obviously played in the Prem before. It's been okay.
They're both equally as good as each other.
I think you got to back in Armstrong. He's been kind of your main sort of
24 goals this season in the championship.
You got to back him
Pretty
in.
handy. Yeah. You hope so. Interesting to see what happens next time, especially with some signings.
I'd still
as
give
well.
them the best chance to stay up.
Right now, yeah.
They're the most stable, so
It feels like all three will go back down again.
It does. It really does.
The gap's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
If McKenna stays, then I think Ipswich maybe.
Yeah, but it had to go a lot.
But it's like similar to Luton. It's a lot.
I think they'll do the exact same thing. If it stays as it is right now, it'll be very same as last year. The underdog story in Luton, which is Ipswich, will go and fight.
Yeah.
There's one enough quality. The other two will just underperform.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
We'll get another Mark Goldbridge Premier League's becoming boring video.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Premier League
when United won fucking 8 out of 10 Premier Leagues, there's no way he would have been saying it was boring.
It's the competitiveness, though. You're winning on like 90.
There's been good title races though.
I think good title races. I just think maybe it's not the best league. I think is what the best way to put it, because I think everyone says, "Oh, it's the best." I don't think it's the best league. I'd rather watch the Bundesliga or the Serie A.
I think the Serie A is
Prem.
getting there.
Serie
A lot
A
of
is
people still say the Serie A is boring, and I'm like,
I think that's just again. This is like the same thing saying Premier League is the best league in the world.
Serie A's
It's
changing.
just a lazy outlook.
Yeah,
Prem's exciting.
Serie A's
Prem's
been
exciting,
competitive this
Yeah.
year in terms of top 4. It's just Inter are just fucking incredible.
Genuinely, Premier is the best late drama.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But in terms of top to bottom, I'd rather watch Bundesliga, Serie A. That's just the way I'd look at it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I still watch all the games of the Prem. I'm not gonna not watch it, but I think it's just a lazy comment to say it's the best league in the world. I just don't think.
Yeah, it just gets the most coverage, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Most money, so it's,
Most money's there. Big names are there now.
yeah. So from that, it's supposedly the best league in the world.
Yeah,
But
maybe it's not boring, but when you get the same three going up and down, it feels like.
I mean, we've seen
Well, think about it.
we've seen teams in like mid-table in Serie A and Bundesliga batter
Yeah,
Premier League top Premier League sides.
top sides.
So,
I just think if Jurgen Klopp wasn't at Liverpool for the last 8 years or whatever it was, then we'd definitely be saying that it was boring.
yeah.
Because then these title races wouldn't exist.
Oh yeah.
Klopp's made these title races interesting
Yeah.
on his own. 99 points coming second. 91 points coming
A
second.
lot of people. It's weird. A lot of people saying now that Pep's ruined the Premier League.
Maybe.
In a way,
Maybe.
Oh, he has for me for sure. Fuck him.
One more. Get him going. Get him going.
Get him
Apparently
out.
Apparently one more season, but we've heard that about 5 times. So
yeah. Saudi will, they'll pay him all sorts.
go to Barca. Save Barca. Go save Barca.
Go save Monza.
Go to Monza.
Go take up an actual job.
Yeah.
None of this.
Do a real job for once. Work at 9 to 5 for once.
Stop being that guy that does no work in the presentation and gets an A every time. Stop being that guy, man. Go manage Mainz.
Mainz
Manager.
Champions League.
Go
football.
manage Feyenoord.
Yeah. I still the Arnie slot chant thing.
Bro, the amount of memes and shit United fans saying why is this song stuck in my head?
Arnie slot.
The way he says the la 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 la, bro.
I can see him. He'll be like that Ferguson character. Every game that he will be at Anfield, the camera will not look at anything on the ground. Be just panned up in the crowd.
Slot cam.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Hopefully.
Speaking of managers, let's do it. We've got here to the manager move. Who thought this would be its own segment? Basically, it's the same thing. Let me list off what I currently know sort of so far.
There's too much.
Maresca to Chelsea, Poch sacked, Ten Hag possibly replaced by De Zerbi leaving Brighton, Kieran McKenna possibly leaving Ipswich, Company to Bayern, Xavi sacked by Barca, Hansi Flick to Barca, Unai Emery signs to 2029, Conte to Napoli, Thiago Motta to Juve, Lopetegui to West Ham. That's what I know so far.
Just want to point out as well before we start, I did tip Hansi Flick to Barca.
You did.
I did tip it.
Bravo.
One out of 3. I said Amorim to Liverpool, and I said what was the other one? Oh, it was Bayern. I said De Zerbi to Bayern. I mean, why? I mean, maybe it should have happened instead of.
Anyone would be better.
Where do we even start? We got about fucking 10 different managers.
Let's start with Bayern.
Bayern, yeah, that's a fair one.
So I see Tuchel's got a job now as well.
Yeah,
add that to the mixture. Add that to the cooker. Company's there now, despite being relegated. Argue one of the most underperforming.
Yeah,
not impressive, overhyped seasons.
Yeah, well below expectations. People had these finishing
Item 14th.
10th?
I think Tottenham 12th, Fulham 13th,
Yeah.
Item 14th.
Damn.
They did break the championship record, but as I was saying in the group in a group chat, he's done it with Burnley. Burnley in their 20,000 seater stadium to the Allianz on Champions League nights, needing to bounce back from arguably some of the 2 worst seasons ever.
Mm.
And you want Vincent Kompany. Apparently this is Pep's doing. That's what I read from Fabrizio this morning. Pep has recommended Vincent Kompany to go to Bayern.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
Yeah, so I actually don't know what to say. Why wouldn't you keep Tuchel if you're gonna go this low for a manager? I think
Ralph Rangnick was a better pick than this.
I think Company can coach.
Yes, he can coach.
There's a style of football there. He can coach.
He's a coach.
There's a style of football there with better players. Who knows? It could genuinely work. But the reality is that Bayern are not a stable club at the minute. There's a lot of issues there. They've got a couple of players where you're he needs replacing. And when you bring in a guy like Company, it's is he going to be fully aware of the right players to bring in for a club like Bayern that need to play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday or something, you know what I mean? Play 3 games in a week.
3 games in a week, yeah.
It's different as a player to being a manager. He's obviously done it shit tons. As a player. But as a coach, he's gone from a game once a week,
Yeah.
The odd cup game.
Yeah, if that, yeah. And they got knocked out in the cups really early as well anyway. So
not a big squad. You're dealing with, a squad of, maybe 18, 20. At Bayern, you got 20, 25 maybe.
He did it with young players as well. And he got the transfers wrong at Burnley. I agree with
He
got it very wrong.
He did get it wrong. He replaced their keeper with Trafford, didn't he? And Trafford,
But I said on one of my in that Burnley season recap that came out, I was hyping up Manuel Benson as a player. I was so excited about seeing in the Prem. Probably one of their most lively wingers from the Championship. He didn't see a minute because they signed Dooney for fine. I was on loan. They got Otterberg. All these don't get me wrong. For the future, looks great.
Yeah,
but they overdose of too many new players, and it was just chuck of just
it's
shit
too big
together.
of a step. It's just too big of a step.
If you can't do that at Burnley, how are you going to do that with big name and experienced names at Bayern? How are you going to manage Thomas
Exactly.
Muller's and your
Yeah.
Harry Kane's and your Jamal Musiala's and your Tells.
He'll
You've
get
got
he'll
old
get the
and young.
respect because obviously as a player he was unbelievable.
But is it,
But as a manager, it's like
is it that same respect as Alonso and
Yeah, no.
Ancelotti and all these other guys? Though?
'cause
I don't know.
the first couple of months is going to be huge because I think with Alonso that was built from how quickly he turned it around.
Yeah.
But with Company, it's like he just got relegated with Burnley. Like if he would have gone to Brighton, I would have been like, okay, like I get
fair
it
enough, yeah.
because Brighton have always
Yeah.
gone for that kind of like the next kind
Next
of big,
best,
the
yeah.
next best, the next big thing. But for Bayern, I mean, Bayern Munich, after having, as you said, last 2 years have been
rough.
they shouldn't have won the league. Dortmund should have won it, but they were miles off it this year. Stuttgart, pipped them at the end. And I can't believe I don't think anyone in the world can believe he got that job.
I don't know what. And if you are going off the championship and you're going off 2 years ago, his ability to adapt and in-game manage was, in my eyes, pathetic in the Premier League. I'm
He was a bit naive, wasn't he?
yeah, like I'm for him playing his progressive pro football, solid football. I was for that all season. I said back him in for that. And I'm not saying he's a bad manager. I'd like a bit of loyalty and stick through with the group. But his ability not to in-game manage, like that Brighton game, they could have been their first win in like months. And again, I know the keeper makes a mistake, but the keeper's playing out from the back in the wet.
Yeah.
Like, tell him just to hoof it. Route 1, we're up 1-0 against Brighton, who haven't scored a goal in God knows when either. Let's just get a result. Let's get 3 points here. This could be a difference pushing past Luton. Now, I keep playing out from the back. Muric kicks the ball into the net. He's trying to play out from the back.
Well, have a look at Rob Edwards. This is like the classic example. I think Ryan Lochte was on the overlap, whatever, and he said like at the start of the season, he felt like all the players were, oh my God, it's the Premier League. And they were showing so much respect.
Yeah.
And they were, I think they were just kind of sitting in.
Yeah, a lot.
And then he said, Rob Edwards came and said, what do you want to do? Like, do you boys just want to play and like see how we go?
Yeah.
And the players like, yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes in game, they had to sit back a bit and they got a point here and there with a far less team than what Vincent Kompany had.
Rob Edwards was one of my favourite. Like, he did it with Forest Green. He got them up the leagues. He went coming out of Luton. Did it in Watford.
Yep.
Unfairly sacked there. They went to Luton, to their rivals. Gone and done a great job there. And you're right. Come probably maybe the Spurs game. I remember that game where they were really bad in terms of just sitting
they
in.
got battered,
But after that
moment
in time,
but
it was like, and I said all my prediction videos, the first 15 minutes was so important for Luton because they were such a high-pressing team the first 15 to try and get on top of a team, make it uncomfortable. Against United at Old Trafford, made us uncomfortable the first half an hour because they were the team pressing us. Yeah. But then you're right, as the game got deeper, they would adjust. They would sit in. They would lock, and again, they probably done a bit better in terms of holding on to games. That's not the manager's fault. He set them up to do the job.
Yeah.
They win all these games against the big boys because of the manager. That's probably more respectable than what Vincent Kompany did.
Exactly. They win every game.
Oh, I can't. There was not many games
After
that
the
were out of
Spurs
games.
game. I mean, besides the Brentford one was obviously bad.
Yeah.
But
they were competitive.
Yeah.
Burnley weren't competitive.
Yeah, no,
at the end of the day, that goes down to the manager. Especially, like you said, the quality of the players. I think night and day. You've got a team that came out to the championship, added a few old heads in Luton versus this really solid team that in the championship came up, added some really young superstars, probably too much. But again, on paper, still a better side. And still underperformed.
Yeah. It's a mental move. That's
radical. It's radical.
It's probably one of, if not the strangest decision that we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
rogue, strange, unique.
He's definitely not their first choice. Definitely not their 10th choice. He's probably, how far fucking down the line would he have been?
Yeah, but I wonder, because you said it. Well, Bayern are chaotic right now. Was he actually that far down?
Oh, he's got to be. They were gonna re-sign Tuchel, but they just didn't agree, both of them, with like transfers and the future. So it would have gone. There would have been a massive list. Ragnick was in there. Maybe De Zerbi was in there. Potter, whoever. You could make a list, and then the bottom would have been Tuchel. It like at all costs, it would have been like, all right, if we have nothing else, let's just get Tuchel. And even like managers that are under contract.
This is the funny thing, right? Because Ten Hag was linked there as well. And now with this whole, with what's going on with United and sacking Ten Hag, why wouldn't they have just waited? Because the company wasn't going anywhere. You can't tell me anyone
no,
else was in
yeah,
the
no,
company.
no,
You can't
there
tell me
is
that
no one.
another
Yeah,
club
no.
was in. Maybe Bologna, if anything. They're desperate for a new manager somewhere.
But even they
Even
would have
I
gone
think
for some
in
Spanish
Italy,
keys.
they'll go with an Italian manager.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I'm thinking, like, really? Like,
Out of all the contracted managers, they're saying Vincent Kompany's the
because
best
they could
one
pay
out there.
anyone's out clause. Pochettino's out of a job now. Poch's out of a
Poch?
job. And again, I don't rate. I still rate Poch.
Did they sign Kompany before Poch?
I think it was Here We Go'd after Poch was Here We Go'd sacked, but I think that they probably
it was
knew.
very close, wasn't it?
They would have known.
Oh, they would. Oh, yeah.
I just think.
Surely you would do like your due diligence and like speak to like.
But you say. I think they did. I think this was their choice. One of their top 5 choices.
You think he was in their top 5?
It makes no. This is one of the only clubs that should have waited. A lot of clubs have to go.
Yeah, no,
fast,
they should have waited.
But this is one of the only clubs that have the
Yeah.
luxury of waiting and that can wait. Because
they're the biggest asset out there.
yeah, and they
so
can
it's
get
them,
people out
and
of
then the
clubs.
rest just follows.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, exactly. They have the knock-on effect.
Yeah.
But now they have no knock-on effect now because
Exactly.
they got someone from nowhere.
they completely bottled it.
I think
I think they panicked.
I think he was a top
I think
5
they
option.
thought the Euros is coming up. The season's ended. We need to sort out transfers and stuff.
Which makes sense because we said it the
It
whole
does make
time.
sense.
But I think it was too rash for this side.
Yeah. You're also Bayern Munich. Like,
I think this is what they wanted. Maybe not the first choice, but maybe one of the top few choices.
I get what you say. I just can't.
I think United have to move quickly. Chelsea have to move quickly. Well, obviously,
Chelsea
Leicester have to
already
move
moved,
quickly. Yeah,
so-
like Barca had to move very quickly. Liverpool had to, and they've already done the deal, but they had to move quickly initially.
Yeah,
West Ham even moved quicker. Lopetegui was rumoured and done
It
basically
was done
a long
pretty
time
quick,
ago.
wasn't it? As soon as Amram was out of the picture, he was done pretty quick.
So basically, the chips had sort of fallen in terms of Bayern had their pick of the field. They could go any, and again, if they wanted to get Nagelsmann out of Germany, I'm sure they could have done that. I'm sure if worse came to worse, I'm sure they could have worked that
I
out.
think that's probably why Nagelsmann's re-signed, because Bayern were like, nah.
But
even if,
that's more than my. I think company was maybe a top 3, top 5.
it just
Because
can't.
it makes
just
no
can't be.
sense.
I know what you mean. There's no way Vincent Kompany was in their top 5. It just can't. They can't be that badly run.
A year ago, it might have made more sense, but this last year has tainted Vincent Kompany for me so much. And again, as a manager, I still think he's okay.
He can coach,
but to make this jump is a jump you'd make after a record-breaking championship season or keeping your team up in the Premier League, playing your style of football.
coaching's different to managing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And at Bayern, it's managing. You ain't coaching him.
Yeah, he would have all it was similar to Klopp at Liverpool. Like he would have all the he would be involved in the finances and everything around the club.
Even minute things about how the team rocks up to games and how you want to approach stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
managers that control that sort of stuff.
It's a head scratcher. It's
that's
going to be talked about all summer. So yeah, they've completely fumbled the bag on this one.
Talk about Barca next then. So Xavi was fired after coming out and apparently about taking up the financials. I reckon that's rubbish. I think it was a bit of a power play there from Laporta. I feel like.
I think so as well.
And Hansi Flick's now there, which is a good move. I think
it's a good move.
Out of everyone that was available, probably the best move for them.
Yeah.
The manager that's done the big club. That's actually beaten the side of the Champions League final.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. He deserves a big gig again.
Yeah, he's a good manager.
But as Xavi pre-warned him, it's a tough place to manage.
With behind the scenes stuff. Second, and I mean, from what we've learnt, it doesn't matter what last season was about. Like Xavi won the league. Defensively, they were one of the best in the world, if not the best. They've had a tough year with injuries, and he's still done a good job. Like Yamal's come through, and Fermin Lopez and Kabassis. He's brought through a lot of good young players, but still, I don't know. Obviously something's going on between him and Laporte.
This is the difference between Barca and Real, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Ancelotti or Zidane would have had problems with Perez, but they just get over it and
it's business.
And that's what all the United players would say, that Ferguson and the players sometimes they never talk, but when they went on the pitch, you sort your shit out because you're a business. It's a business. Yeah. Get the job done. Real Madrid are run professionally, and Barca run as a basket case.
Flicks,
They were one of the best teams in the world last season.
Yeah, they were.
Probably the best
Besides
team.
Man City.
Yeah. Actually, other than Man City, they were the best team in football. And they look at this season, they're a shadow of it. And it's
And
not,
they still finished second.
and it's not because of the
And
players.
they weren't miles
manager.
off the title for a little bit there.
It's not the manager's fault either.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You said he's done everything he could. You lose Gavi and Pedri for large, but that's your identity.
De Jong's been in and out for a little bit. He had that decent injury.
You're telling me Cante's going to underperform the way he underperformed, that Koundé and Araujo's going to struggle as much as they did, to Stegen out for large periods, and yet you still make a Champions League quarters. You go second in the league to one of the best Real Madrid seasons.
And it was supposedly a robbery, according to them.
Yeah.
But, they don't get that red card, and, you might back them to go through. And they're in a,
It's funny.
I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot because some of these clubs...
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
Some of these clubs are just... There's so much panic in world football at the minute in terms of ownerships. So many ownerships are panicking. And it's the
American mold. I think I was actually watching one of the Goldbridge United stand things, and someone commented quite smartly and said, "This is the American mold now, where no job is safe, no loyalty exists. Like the NBA, right? Like players and coaches switch every season. Yeah. Like a coach will coach his team, then get sacked. They'll go to another team next day. Like that's what it feels like now. That's what football is. And I'm not really a fan of it because I'm still here for that like golden era Premier League manager with Arsene and Jose
for sure.
and Ferguson.
Managers get no time these days. It's
very
annoying.
Managers come in and the bosses say, "We're here to have a project being built." And sort of come this close to my club now. I
hate this word project. By the way, it's all bullshit.
You cut them off below their legs after a season, after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
A project is the word project screams at building something. You build things over years, over decades.
That is the most overused bullshit word in football.
When the owner says project, take it with a grain of salt. When managers speak about project, they're being genuine.
The project is a year. We'll see how you go, and then we'll reassess.
Yeah, we'll bug you off if you're not doing it well enough.
Yeah.
And the whole term well enough nowadays is rubbish as well.
It's all media trained stuff, project, all these words. It's just media rubbish. It's just for the journos. That's all it is.
Maybe I guess to the next two, it should have come in hand. So Poch gets sacked with not even a year into his project, and possibly Ten Hag, possibly. It's looking closer to 60-40 than it was 80-20 like 2 days ago. But in terms of being sacked,
in your heart as the United fan, do you think he stays or does he go?
My heart, in terms of like how much do I want him to stay, or my heart is
just
like
in what you feel Ineos and all them would.
Ineos, I feel like I still think it's 80% chance to get sacked, which is pathetic. From what the sound of it, it's De Zerbi now.
No.
You can't tell me a Sassuolo Europa League qualifying Brighton manager is going to do a better job than a man who he's gone every season winning a trophy, I think, in the last 6-7 years. Every season he's won a trophy.
And you've been garbage. Now imagine
and joining Man United
if they have good structure behind the club.
He came to the club. He came to the club at Barca. He had said it in the press conference in the FA Cup final after the game. This club was shit when he joined. He openly said the club was shit when he joined. He had to deal with Ronaldo. He had to deal with Sancho. Had to deal with Greenwood. Had to deal with the sale of the club. Had to deal with Marcus Rashford becoming the best footballer and the worst footballer.
That was the Anthony incident.
No left backs, no centre backs.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans, the novelty signing, he played with this is how I sum it. Johnny Evans played with the kids against Wrexham in pre-season because he was a novelty signing.
Yeah.
He started more games than Lisha Martinez. Then maybe him and Maguire are probably quite similar. Probably more than Varane. Played more than Luke Shaw. Played more than Lindelof. We had Dalot playing left back all season.
Your best player.
This
season.
Bruno Fernandes playing through broken hands.
Through Mainu. So
Manu, Garnacho.
There's still a lot of positives you can take.
Ahmad Forson, Wheatley will debut this season. And yet you want to sack him.
You look at the results like the 3-0 against Bournemouth and it's like... But obviously,
But if this is not part of a project, then what is a project?
Yeah, I know.
That's that point of a project again. So that's why...
But that goes back to the point project.
So you look at him, he ends season success at the trophy. Poch, tough start of the season, finishing goddamn 6th.
That Poch, yeah.
You're in 6th.
It was based on like differences in opinion on transfers and stuff. But even then, it's like...
Bowley, mate, you're American.
You're not going to agree on everything. You're going to have disagree. Klopp wanted to sign Julian Brandt from, and instead Michael Edwards went, no, we're getting Mo Salah. And look what happened.
That is,
you agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's business. As soon as there's a disagreement, up you're out the door.
I just think too many egos going
Because I don't think it was based on where they finished or.
It can't have
anything.
been. That's ridiculous if it is.
Like,
You would have sacked him in December then.
It's definitely not the players' decision because they all came out on.
Nicholas Jackson took the story of the face palm emoji.
I think Cucurella did the same thing. They were like, "What the fuck?" or whatever.
Good effort for the players as well.
Oh yeah, they were balling the last 10 games of the Prem season, and then the FA Cup and stuff.
With Chelsea be
They were playing
interesting.
well.
Maybe the players are too young for that, but the rumours in United as well. If Ten Hag walks, apparently Bruno might go as well. And that's the whole idea of expectations aligning. Because Bruno's not young. He's what, 29, 28?
For the United job now, surely.
Well,
no?
He is, but then you think back to literally 2 years ago, it was between Ten Hag and Poch, and they were both available. And they chose
true.
Ten Hag.
Different,
so why would you...
Different ownership, though.
Yeah, true. But why would you go to Poch now?
Yeah.
And this is the only thing with Poch. I don't think he could handle United. United is a...
I
United
don't think many could.
But I think Ten Hag's one of the only players only managers that can.
Yeah, well,
He's got the thicker skin. He'll cop it. He'll continue to cop it.
He doesn't really care, does he?
He's copped it for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And he's got the job done. He's won 2 trophies. Poch, great manager, but at Tottenham, it was pretty easy going. No expectations.
There was no expectation.
You're building a young team. This is a team where there's some guys you need to win now, like Bruno and like Maguire's and Varane's gone now, but these are the players. Then you've got young players like Garnacho and Mane who are building and Højlund who are building for the future. So you've got this. That's what United's always going to be. It's going to be young players and old players. It's hard. Like Company. I don't think Company can do it. I don't think Poch could do that at United. The thing is, the best managers for each club were already there.
Yeah.
Tuchel at Bayern, Ten Hag at Manchester United, and Poch at Chelsea. I
Even
could not think
Xavi
of I could not think of better options for that club at their current point in time than managers that were there.
I would add in David Moyes as well.
And in David Moyes as well. They
Yeah.
understand what the club's about. They understand the players. The players have a connection to the manager. They've all had relatively successful seasons, yet you decide to replace it. And replace it with, I think, potentially, you've got Kieran McKenna coaching Manchester United. Mate, what are you smoking?
That should be like 10 years in the future, shouldn't it?
He coached Ipswich.
Yeah, I know.
Company at Bayern. Mate, he got relegated with Burnley. Maresca at Chelsea. You got promoted with Leicester. Yeah,
That was the expectation, though,
yeah,
wasn't it?
woohoo. Yeah. The best
And
team in the league won the league.
A long time there, they were fucking hanging on.
And they were
big
falling
time.
apart.
Yeah.
So you're telling me we've got potentially 3 championship managers managing 3 of the biggest teams in world football. What world are we living in?
How has football turned into this?
Where's the loyalty?
What are we doing here?
Where's the loyalty
What,
going?
what are we? How are they? That's what they're panicking. They're not seeing results straight away. So they go, fuck it, you're out. Let me get someone else in. Like, imagine if Liverpool did that with Klopp. Oh my god,
Mate,
we'd be back with Brendan fucking
You'd
Rodgers.
still be stuck with Benteke probably.
Yeah, we'd have Balotelli at 40,
Yeah.
Barini off the left.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Aspas to run about.
Oh, fuck, if my club was on like that, I'd be fucking pissed off. Honestly, I'd hate to be a Chelsea fan, a United fan with all this shit going on. Like, Bayern, like, fucking, it's the structure of the top clubs with this American ownership that you're talking about is fucking falling apart.
Well, you
It's
say this,
so bad.
they're nervous and they're panicking, but they're panicking because their own pocket. But yet you're hurting your own pocket by continuing to pay these 10 million release fees for these managers that you don't want to pay anymore. If Ten Hag gets sacked, they pay 10 million. And they have to sign a new manager in.
Yeah.
It's a 20 million expense, but you can't be bothered paying extra 20 million to sign a better midfielder rather than paying for...
And if United sack Ten Hag, the next manager that comes in has got all the Ten Hag's players.
Yeah.
So he's
Another
spending
250
more
million to
money.
replace that.
Yeah. Like,
I think nowadays in modern football, you pay at least 250 million for a new manager coming in. And that's just for half their squad. That's what Ten Hag's done. That's what Pochettino basically did.
Yeah. And that only gets you like, what, 4 or 5 players?
That gives you about, that gives you half a squad. So you have to pick, do you pick defence? Do you pick parts of the park? Because Ten Hag's got to pick goalkeeper, midfielder, centre half, and a striker. And that's a 250 mil.
Yeah.
And yet there's still holes everywhere.
Decent amount of winger as well.
Oh, yeah, sure. First season. I'm talking about, second season, that's what he sort of did, right?
Yeah.
Pochettino, central midfielder, keeper, centre backs, but that's a shit show.
And
that's
Jackson and Kunku.
so you got forward, two mid forwards, a midfielder, a keeper, and 2 centre halves.
For what, 250? Yeah.
Yeah,
About 200
same thing.
Yeah.
And again, there's still holes.
Exactly.
So companies go to Bayern now, going to buy Zeki Anduni for 150 million.
It's like, what's the point of having a manager if you're not going to trust him
That's
for
the
the
thing.
long term?
How can you judge managers anymore they don't get what they need or the support they need.
It's hard to judge managers now, isn't it? Jesus.
People make
Really
comparisons with Ten Hag and Ferguson. Ferguson won an FA Cup where he was destined to be sacked in like 80 something.
He was going to get sacked, wasn't he?
Won an FA Cup, saved his job.
Yeah.
But guess what? Back then, there wasn't this whole thing of, I'm just going to sack you.
Yeah. And even he didn't win his first Premier League until his seventh. Was it his seventh season?
Six,
Something
seven.
like
I think so. Yeah, something like that. And again, it wasn't like
imagine him in this day and age. He would have been sacked ages ago before that.
Because it's not exciting enough football.
Or because he hasn't won anything.
I'm sick of, and again, I love the whole progressive football. I think it works, but I'm sick of Manchester United fans playing the United way. What the hell is the United way? It's the Ferguson way. It's not never United way. I think the same thing can say with Man City. When Pep leaves next season, it all falls apart. It's not Man City and Man United. It's Pep Guardiola and Alex Ferguson. That might cause a bit of ruckus with fans and stuff, but realistically, the two clubs have been built off these two managers and their success. Yeah. And you know why? Because they backed these managers in. Pep didn't win in his first season.
No.
God. And he spent a shit ton of money.
Jesus, he finished fourth in his first season. Spent 200 million alone on fullbacks.
Bravo. Navas. Who else did he sign?
Was it Cancelo during that time?
Was
it Mendy as well?
Mendy never worked. He signed a shit ton of players that didn't work. But he got a few right. Got Rodri right.
Got De Bruyne right. Yeah.
So as much as
Mahrez right. And,
as much as Colwell or Dasasi or Badiashile might be a bad signing, you found Fofana or for United, Mount might be a horrible signing, but you found Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Makeda was at Man United.
Yeah.
But you had Beckham and Rudy.
Exactly.
I just think, give the manager a chance.
Managers don't get time these days.
That's basically the lot. And Conte to Napoli. Actually, that was a big one as well.
That's a big one, yeah. That's not confirmed yet.
Not confirmed, but Fabrizio's had it as a post.
It will.
So that's basically
you'd think that'll happen, yeah. So I think
and Conte had that job for a while now.
Fair play Napoli.
That's a big get.
Yeah, that's really well done from them. I didn't even really think about Conte, to be honest.
I didn't, because he would have been a good fit for Juve.
Yeah.
But again, it's the exact same as Allegri, though.
Officially.
And Motta's a better...
Which is sad.
Yeah.
I think that probably means Xerxes probably going to walk.
He's gone. Juventus with Vlahovic now.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Motta brought over Ferguson. And maybe even both.
Yeah.
Xerxes
probably AC
they've been
as well,
so good for them. So, again, it'll be for Bologna will be similar to Girona. Just take the Champions League money. Maybe invest.
Table.
Obviously, you have to invest a little bit to replace the players, but just keep it. Just
try and stabilize as much as possible. Be very interesting. That's
Napoli are back.
I think they'll be incredible next season.
They won't be anywhere below fourth. I can't see it. He knows how to win. He knows.
Osman news as well. Again, he'll probably come back up after Euros and everyone's back at camps again. But that's quieting down as well. If you can somehow manage to keep both those superstars, you get.
I don't think they will.
Conte back. I know. I'm being very positive. But I think Napoli going to be cooking next season.
They could be, yeah. Even with Kvaratskhelia alone, I think that
Someone a handy strike. Maybe Gikor Keres comes and fills that hole.
Yeah.
Because all you need in a Conte team is a clinical striker that can just score
no
any
matter
chance
who's
they
up
get fed.
top. Conte gets strikers, goals.
Yeah,
they get goals. So. I think defensively they'll be fucking 10 times better.
Conte.
So. And did you hear Di Lorenzo wants to leave?
I heard about that as well.
That's huge.
But it's interesting now. Is this now when Conte comes? Does he now want to stay?
I doubt it.
I think Conte has a big sway.
Yeah, why wouldn't you wait though until the manager's announced?
Yeah, but this.
Why would you say it before?
I guess this whole Euro thing. He probably wants to leave.
He's the captain. He would know who the next manager's going to be.
But does he know?
I think so. Yeah. I think you would. So, I think you would. Yeah. I think you. I would like to think a captain would
know who's coming.
Have a little bit of insight into the club.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I think so.
You hope so.
The captain, you do a whole lot of media and journal stuff. You got to have some sort of clue of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Imagine a few players are replaced, but they'll be defensively solid.
They'll be all right.
They'll be firing.
Back them to get back in the.
I think at least Champions League,
especially with one game a week with the odd cup game.
Yeah. So. By the way, 9 teams in Serie A made European competitions. They had 6 in the Champions League. They have 7 and 8 in Europa League and 9 in Conference League, and Napoli still missed out.
Oh, did they actually?
Because Atalanta won the Europa League, so it's another spot as well.
Yeah, I forgot.
So they got 6 teams in the Champions League. 6 teams in the Champions League.
Going to be cooking.
Wait,
I
told you it's the best league in the world.
That's the best league in the world.
Told you it's the best league in the world.
And Napoli still didn't make it.
So Inter, Milan, Bologna, Juve, Atalanta, and Roma all in Champions League football. Lazio and Fiorentina in Europa, and Torino have gotten Conference League. How the hell have they snuck in there?
How did Napoli not?
And Napoli not got anything. They finished 10th. How can you finish
How are Roma
the whole top
in the
half?
Champions League? Oh my god! Imagine saying that 10 years ago. You finished 6th and you're in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Crazy.
What's blood smoke?
Crazy.
I
Fiorentina cooked? You know?
Cannot. I don't know what's going to go on with the whole groups and shit next season, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of Champions League, though, that's where we'll end off. Prediction for the final.
You know,
Fairy tale or
everyone
Don
wants
do it again?
Dortmund to win, but I mean, how the hell can you look past Madrid?
Bellingham at Wembley just screams at Bellingham masterclass.
It just screams a Bellingham or Vinicius masterclass.
Just
Even a Tony Kroos one last.
Oh yeah,
like it would be
free kick.
Yeah,
bang, top corner.
Like edge of the box and he just curves.
Yeah, just up and over.
I really want Dortmund to win, but I just can't. I can't see it, man. I'm gonna go 2-0 Madrid.
I'm going to go 3-0, I think. I did my prediction video. I'll talk a bit more in depth about it, but I think it's going to be upset. It's a great journey to get here, but this is a juggernaut, man.
This team's a joke, man.
We're talking about 2 Ballon d'Or candidates on one team.
Yeah.
Firing as well.
A couple of players back.
And you've now got the whole added bonus of Kroos's retirement.
I don't even know how they win. I don't even know how they win. Like,
yeah. How do you defend against Real for 90? Because the only way they win if they nick a 1-0. Yeah. And that's. And Dortmund don't nick games well. They
the obvious one's just hard defend well, but
they don't. Hummels and Schlotterberg are good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, you tell it was just the pace of Vinny and Rodrigo and Hosselu can fucking
Hosselu pops up the 98th minute.
Pops up and scores. So yeah, I think Füllkrug will kind of be left on his own.
Be isolated.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of those.
Hit and hope. Hope he holds it up.
Yeah,
play for him.
The world wants Dortmund to win for voice and just the story, but
yeah,
it's just
like an airy uphill.
Yeah, it's just too hard to imagine it. Just can't see it happening.
We might do a panic alarm at podcast if they do win. We'll have to do some reaction podcasts to that because that'd be fabulous. But yeah,
I'd love it. But
as Valverde said, he should be matching his number.
Madrid would have to play like
the stinkiest ball,
the worst game they've ever played in.
Dortmund might have to wear Atletico Madrid jerseys and might just put them off because that's the only team that actually beats Real this season. Yeah. That's the only way I can see them not win this game.
They have to play the game of their lives, and Madrid have to play the absolute worst.
Yeah, ever we've seen this season.
Unfortunately.
And Don Carlo loves Champions League final. I'll tell you
he
what,
does. He knows how to. He just wins, man.
He's always a winner.
He is.
We'll wait and see though. There we go. That wraps us up. Another good, solid pod once again. I'll release more information in the future. We'll probably come back in about 2 weeks' time when I'm done exams. I have heaps of time on my hands. So probably come back in 2 weeks' time. We'll then have about 2 and a bit weeks before the Euro starts. We'll sit here.
We'll be on the beach for a little bit, which is good.
We'll chat a bit about Euro stuff. We'll chat about manager. By then, we'll probably have 18 more managers moving.
Yeah, maybe some transfers or whatever.
Just some transfer work as well. And we'll do a bit of preview stuff. We'll be here frequently throughout Euros. I think at least one podcast will be probably through the Euros. Again, keeping transfers, Euros stuff, the lot. It's all going to sort of sit here for a bit. And then we'll be back, reimburse, back in action on Thursdays for the new season again.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Ready to go, new season starting.
I mean, look, we're both on the beach, like time for the beach, Hawaii's calling.
The eyes are stinging.
But next season's going to be hopefully bigger and better, hopefully.
I might try and surprise the viewers with something different in the set, but I don't know what I can possibly do. But I'll try something.
We had a good year.
It's a good solid year.
We've
done well.
Good foundation to build off.
Yeah.
The project.
The project is... We're not owned by Ineos. We're not owned by Todd-Boehly. No. We're owned by...
Don't even know.
There's no good owners these days, is there?
There's just no one. We don't need owners. We own ourselves,
Self-run business. Thanks for joining us throughout the year, guys, especially your Thursday, guys. We've had great viewers on these midweek pods. So thanks for joining in from wherever you are around the world watching this. Appreciate it. We will be back. It feels like it's been the longest goodbye of all time, but we'll be back for the Euros and for some more transfer stuff. So stick by the channel. We've got all the season recaps are pumping out right now for the Premier League with Euro previews. I'll do heaps of videos for that. We'll do some fun sort of grading videos and like kits and stuff like that come out. So all that fun content will be coming back. So keep an eye on the channel. Hope you have a great day today. Enjoy the Champions League final, the last game to come now. And me and Nathan will see you in about 2 weeks' time. Till next time, guys. See you later.